Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. So today's video I want to discuss this whole thing that's been going on about Mercy Aigbe. And initially when this whole thing came out a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago or something, when the whole drama came out, people were asking me my opinion up and down. Honestly, I didn't make a video because I felt like I didn't see anything to make a video about. But now the thing is, you know, after she granted the recent interview, the thing has come back again, trending again, and all of those things. And since it's ongoing, I said, okay, let me actually come and say what I want to say. Before I say anything else, let me just remind everybody of another Mercy. It's actually a Mercy. The name is Mercy as well. Mercy Johnson. This was how, years ago, Mercy Johnson's story was everywhere on social media. A lady that was America or the UK, whatever, where she's doing, she was living abroad. She said her husband went to Nigeria and was living in Nigeria. The husband was in Nigeria for a while. The next thing she heard is that the husband is marrying Mercy Johnson. Okay, there are two Mercys now, so Mercy Johnson. And it went everywhere. Oh, she made a video. I remember the wife made the video in which she was crying. Mercy Johnson snatched her husband and all of those. She even brought out wedding pictures, wedding whatever. I think a picture of when they were in the registry, all of those, to prove that she was married to the guy. She be all the noise today. Where is it? As far as we're speaking now, Mercy, I think by now, she and the guy, they now have about 4 or 5 children. And everybody have moved on. I really want to say that first to help some of us to be calming down. Wait till before you make up your mind, hear me out, okay? Now, so let's not forget that. Now everybody is now, if she posts picture with her family, everybody is celebrating. Oh, wow, everybody has moved on. I'll be okay now. The stories are kind of similar. Because this man as well, that this Mercy Aigbe is married to, Kazim or whatever, I think his name is Kazim, had a wife in America, went to Nigeria, and the next thing, boom, he's getting married to somebody else. It's very similar story. Similar. I've not said they're 100% the same, but they are similar. I've made a video in the past where I talked about Mercy's story, and I said, look, a man is not snatchable. Do you know what it is to say somebody snatched somebody's husband? I really want people to listen to me before you make up your mind what you think about what I'm going to say, right? Because let me tell you something about snatching. Somebody can snatch your handbag, snatch your phone. Somebody can even snatch your child because it's a small child that somebody can just grab and run away with. You can snatch a thing that has no ability to choose where it wants to be, if that makes sense. A grown-ass man, how do you say a grown-ass man is snatched? So you cannot use that, describe a man and say a man is being snatched, as if he has no say. We have this mentality of always blaming women for every and anything, even to the point of blaming a woman for the actions of a grown-ass man. So if we're not careful, it becomes all about Mercy. No, this man made the choice to move from whatever wife he used to have to marry this Mercy Aigbe. Okay, have you ever wondered why we really hear about wife snatchers? So are you not saying that there are no men that have fallen in love with somebody else's wife and married them? How come we don't ever really hear about wife snatchers? It's always husband snatching all the time. Why I have a problem with that word is this. You make it look like the man is an object that can be dragged and he has no say where he wants to be. So that's the area of husband snatching. Another area that I want to speak about is this. Marriage is not do or die. Marriage breakup, that is if he's broken up from the first wife, I don't know. Marriage breakup is happening, it has been happening before some of us were born, happening today, and they will happen tomorrow. They will not end with this generation. It may end in an amicable way. It may not end in an amicable way. It may be the woman that will say you not do again, or the man will say you not do again. Somebody has to be the one that say you not do again. Sometimes two of them will say they not do again. Let me tell you, if a man walks away from your life, there is no need to be going round and round and round in circles about it. He has made a choice. I feel it is disrespectful for a woman to see a man that walked away from her and want to be dragging or even whatever about it. That's how I feel about it. If a man does not want me anymore, I will be bringing myself down to even be coming up to say he was snatched from me. This is me, oh. You know, when I personalize it, I make it clear that I'm personalizing it. I will not go and say a man has been snatched from me. If a man walks away, I should have enough self-respect, dignity, pride. Not being proud and arrogant or not. You know what is self-worth? To say, okay, that's fine. Right? Okay. This man, for anyone that does not know, apparently he had a wife in I don't know. He has a wife in America and then he came to Nigeria. He was living in Nigeria. The next thing, he's married to a Nigerian celebrity. Like I said, it's very similar to the story of Mercy Johnson. Mercy Johnson also is a Nigerian celebrity. They are both actresses. This Mercy Aigbe, I didn't know her until this whole whatever. She's not somebody that will know that much. I think she's typically like Yoruba kind of movies. Another area I want to speak about is this. This man is a Muslim. And according to Islam, this man is entitled to 4 wives. And now, from the interview they granted, he said he's a Muslim. He can marry another wife if he wants. And the Mercy Aigbe said she is happy to be second wife. The wife in America said, me and you now. Basically, she's saying that she's not doing that thing with you guys, that there are 2 wives. She said she's out. I really want us, because you see, people are applying a lot of sentiment. This matter is beyond sentiments. You know, I'm not a fan of polygamy. It's not a secret. If you watch my videos, you would see it, right? This man is a Muslim. He's entitled to another wife. All this gra saga you people that is going up and down. This man is a Muslim. He's entitled to another wife. Oh, the 2 women were friends. And so what? I don't know. Those of you that are Muslims, can you tell us? Is there any part of Islam that says he cannot marry his wife's friend? She's not, they are not sisters. You guys are forgotten. Our forefathers did polygamy. They don't take permission from first wife before they marry second wife. They don't look for the first wife's approval before they marry second wife. Shebina, because we don't enter 2022, people don't the open eye. There were times when a man can go out in the morning and come home with a second wife. The first wife will take her like that. That is polygamy for you. People don't realize it. You see this, he was having an affair with Mercy Aigbe. I made a video here, which I was saying that a polygamous man does not have affairs. Before he married the first wife, he would have known her for a year or 2 or 3. Before one day he decided that, okay, I want to make her a wife. I want to marry her. Or as a Muslim man has already married the 4, then you will not say he's having an affair because they don't complete. But don't forget that he has the right to look for another. When he finds another one, he can remove one and replace that one. When they hear me so. The same way, before a man would have married the first wife, he would have dated her for a month, 2, a year, 2, 3, before he starts to make her a wife. If the man then is having a relationship with another woman, you don't call that an affair. It is called courtship. You know why? Because he's entitled to more wives. It is called courtship. So when I say he was having an affair with Mercy Aigbe, how do you call that an affair? He's recruiting a new wife. It's called recruitment. When our child was only 4 months old, she was already dating this man. And fine, that is all allegation, is all accusation. But at the end of the day, is there any part of Islam that says that you cannot date a woman that the child is 4 months old? You see, me, I'm saying that you guys know I'm not a fan of polygamy. Me, I feel that polygamy only favored the men. From what they have explained, it seems that he had problems with his first marriage. And then now he has married somebody else. You see one thing about polygamy. People that are into monogamy, where it's just one man, one wife, if they have a problem in a marriage, they can go for counseling. They can go for this is a family meeting for reconciliation. They can try everything to work it out because this is all they have. But when you are in a marriage where the man is entitled to more wives and begin to have problems, he has options to go marry another wife. He has that option, is always going to be there at the back of his head, that I'm entitled to 4. I remember a guy I spoke to many years ago, and I said to him, oh, would you want to marry more than one wife? He's a Muslim. And I said, would you like to marry more than one wife? He said, well, I wouldn't want to marry more than one wife. That's not my plan for my life. But if my first wife giving me problem, I will marry another one so I can have peace. He has that option of bringing somebody else for his peace. But the first wife have to stay and endure. You guys forget that our forefathers in their own time, it is always when they are beginning to, maybe 1 or 2 things between them and their wife, that they now look for another woman for peace. I'm not a fan of polygamy. I've never made it a secret. I always say it. I'm not a fan. Because it favors the men. It's not going to favor the women. It's left for women to decide the kind of marriages they want. From what the wife posted on her Instagram, it seems that she made it clear that she's not doing this with them. She chose to say, I don't want to be in a polygamy. She made that choice. It's left for every woman to choose the kind of marriage that they want for their lives. I personally cannot share a man with anybody. I've shared my own marriage story here, where I ended up with a man that has history with another woman and all of that. And then later on I started finding out that his ex that he walked away from, his ex was living in their family home. Me, I call her, oh boy, what does that mean? I want to be sure. Is it a 2-wife situation? Because I would excuse myself. It's as simple as that. I only say it. I don't know his ex. If I see her on the road, I don't even know her. Never met her, nothing. But I'm just saying that I do not want a polygamous relationship. Even though my own, at the end of the day, what I did not bargain for, I found myself in a situation where I was becoming a second wife by proxy. I was becoming a second wife in a way. Because his family, see, I was not even accepted. Because of tribalism, I was not accepted. His ex is accepted. This ex that he even told me that his family never liked her before. When I came into the equation, it became a situation where she became better. You know, in the as far as they're concerned, she's one of them because they're the same tribe. She was living in his family home. I have nothing against the woman. Like I said, I don't know her. But I didn't want a situation whereby we were like a two-wife situation. I personally did not want it. And I excused myself. Everybody have to choose what they want for their own lives. There are a lot of stories. Every marriage story will never be straightforward. There's always going to be some people that their own is like this and like that and like that. When I think about it, I remember one of his brothers that used to live in the UK that is now living in Nigeria. You know, I called that one. I was like, okay, what is going on? Because I wanted to be sure. Maybe he's lying to me. Maybe the one I'm calling my husband is lying to me. Maybe the brother can shed light. And I was kind of trying to understand, okay, what does this mean? I said the ex is living with your parents. Is living in your family home. What does it mean? That's all I wanted to know. Because my own is that if I know what it means, if it means polygamy, I do not want part of it. You know, some people believe in polygamy whereby, okay, yeah, but he's not living with her. You are the one, because that's what my own ex told me. But I'm not living with her, it's you I'm living with. Me, I don't want that situation at all. And I remember his brother when I was talking to that one. The way that one was yelling at me, the way that one was yelling at me, I was like, oh, really? And I was thinking, like, honestly, I felt like, who the hell are you to be shouting at me? For what reason? To even start with self. You know, say me, maybe say they don't accept. So anybody you're even talking to is talking to you like you don't even count, without regard. This is brother that is yelling at me. He's older. He has two younger ones before him. He's much older than him. But this one had no regard for me. It's because of the way the whole setup was. The way he spoke to me like he was talking to a piece of trash. And the man I was calling a husband is actually older than this person that's shouting at me for ordinary asking questions. I say, what does it mean? Because his ex is living at home. What does it mean? And even this one, the one that's yelling at me, his own wife will not tolerate such a thing. Because he himself has a woman that's had a child for him. I cannot imagine that woman living in his father's house and his wife, his current wife, will come there and be clapping for them. But it's okay to do it to somebody else. You see this life, I'm just telling everybody, it's an individual life. It's your choice what you want and what you do not want. Choose the kind of marriage you want for your life. The one that's shouting at me on the phone, the nonsense they expect me to tolerate, I know his wife will not tolerate it. That one that's even shouting at me, the one I call the husband, will not dare shout at his own wife. Nobody in his family can shout at his own wife, but I can be shouted at because they have designed the dynamic in a way. The situation was not favorable. It's not what I want for my life. And I decided to walk. Sometimes you share other people's stories. Sometimes there are some things you've experienced you can also explain. If you find yourself in a situation whereby your marriage dynamic is not what you want, you can walk. This man as well, that this Aigbe is married to, I think his name is Kazim, that Aigbe is married to. He's a grown-ass man. He has the right to decide what he wants to do with his life. I saw the interview. At the end of the day, what Yoruba will say is Okurimeta. Abi, Okurimeta is a full-blown grown man. Let him decide what he wants to do with his life. So, but this idea of forcing a man for two women fighting over a man or arguing over a man, me, I don't have time for that. Somebody can have self-worth and say, you see, this drama is not for me. Man don't want me again. Okay, bye-bye. Good luck. Let him marry whoever he wants to marry. Don't look back. So I'm actually, this video is getting longer than I planned, but let me read the post the man's ex-wife wrote on Instagram. And she said, let's get the record straight here. This post is regarding an interview recently going around by Media Room Hub with my soon-to-be ex-husband. That means they're still married. They're not yet divorced, which means it would have truly actually put her in a two-wife situation. In one of his numerous lies, I want you all to know that in contrary to what Mr. Adeoti said, I did not and will never settle to have a second wife in my marriage to him. That is a choice. She has the choice to say, I'm not going to do two-wife situation. But the man has the choice to marry another wife. Let's remember that. Forget all these sentiments. This is his right as a Muslim, as a polygamous man. Now, and then he says, Kazim, you should stop painting a perfect picture of a marriage you clearly do not have with me. Oluwafunsho Ashiwaju culture. You and your side chick can continue with whatever it is you are doing. Like I said, whoever woman he's with at the moment or has a relationship with out there is not a side chick. That is a potential wife. That is a courtship, is not an affair. Let's be honest. He's not going to just pick somebody and marry. He has to have a relationship with somebody for a while before he marries the person. This is the area, picture of polygamy I want people to really be looking at and asking if it's for them. But never come out to social media degrading me or my children with your demeaning and childish attitude. I will not stoop to your level of rubbish and stupidity. As for Mercy, let's cut the crap. We were friends, but the shame and your glam lifestyle will not let you admit it. You have been sleeping with Kazim since your son was only 5 months old. So she said they were friends. Like I said, in Islam, I don't think there's anything against a man marrying for even sometimes. Let's not forget that even olden days, sometimes for women will say, let him marry my friend rather than him go and bring a stranger from somewhere that will cause problem for me. Is it because without that 2020, everybody's not proving right? Everybody's not proving right. This is how it used. Let's be honest. Don't forget, it's not that I'm supporting this. I'm just making the picture clear for everybody to realize. There was a time when friends would be like, you know what, actually marry my friend. At least I know her, I trust her, than for you to bring a stranger. So I don't think there's anything against. In polygamy, there's nothing against a man marrying your friend. They are not sisters. And then she said your son was only 5 months old. Another thing again, in polygamy, those of you that are Muslims, tell us, is there anything wrong with a man starting a relationship with a woman that has a child that is 5 months old? I don't know, because I always say I don't know Islam. But something else I know that I have heard about is that, Islam believes in, I think they said originally how Islam went into polygamy. If I'm not right, correct me, but it was something like, I think there was during a war or something like that, a lot of men died. There was the need to at least help a lot of those women to get a husband. Or the need for these men to take on more wives so that these women can have husbands. So a woman that just had a baby that is 5 months old and a man is dating the woman, I don't think there's anything against it in Islam. If you know Islam is against it, leave comment, let's read, right? Now, and then he goes on to say, I introduced you to Kazim as my friend. I called and personally invited you and your ex-husband to the 40th surprise birthday party I did for my soon-to-be ex-husband. You were a constant friend of mine back then. I brought you close as a friend because I liked you, but you repaid me by sleeping with my husband, Kazim. I don't want people to misunderstand me. It doesn't mean I'm supporting any of these things, but I'm trying to come from the angle of what rights a man has in polygamy. There is no part of it that says he cannot marry your friend. So whether he was sleeping with your friend before he married her, whatever. So what you may say was having an affair with your friend or sleeping around with your friend, you call it whatever you call it. At the end of the day, in polygamy, that is not called sleeping around. That is not called side chick. That is not called having an affair. No, that is called courtship, because he has a right to marry somebody else. We're talking about what's it called? Ned Woko. Ned Woko was married to the Moroccan wife. One day he married Regina. He one day tried to marry Regina. And when he married Regina, all of a sudden, the wife he had at home for 10 years was no longer good enough. Was a bad mother, a bad wife. She was everything that this man did not want in a woman. He was married to her for 10 years until a new woman came into his life. When you now say that Mercy Aigbe was the problem in your marriage, it's you that call it problem. Because according to Islam, the man is allowed to have courtship with whoever. He has the right to court somebody for a year, 2, 3, 4, whatever many of years he wants to court somebody else before he makes the person a wife. I really hope I'm making sense. This is the picture of polygamy. Everybody have to decide what they want and what they do not want. As far as I'm concerned, I would say the first wife should just completely tune off. Don't look back. Don't comment about it anymore. You want to divorce. It's not there. File the divorce already. It's not this soon to be ex-husband. File the divorce him and move on with your life. I don't want this. Let him move. Let him go. At the end of the day, the fact that a man has the right to be polygamous, it makes every other woman out there have the right to look at your husband and be interested in your husband. No aspect of polygamy says a woman out there cannot admire her husband. No part of polygamy says it's okay for a woman to even entice your husband. A man that is polygamous has the freedom, as much as he was the way he built a relationship with you before he married you, he has the right to do it with another woman and do it to a third woman. And then in Islam, he can stop at the fourth one. But like I said, he has the right to find someone else, remove one and bring new one in. African cultural, traditional polygamy, he has the right to continue unto 1,000 women. It is left for a woman to decide what she wants for her life and what she doesn't want for her life. I found myself in such a tricky situation. My own is even worse because the family did not even accept me, but they accepted the woman that was ex to him. And I chose not to be part of that. And I moved. That is my message here. So I really wanted to come here and clarify all of this and say how I see it. Because this man is entitled to polygamy, I do not see any affair. He does not have a side chick. He's not sleeping around. No, it is called courtship. Because every woman, he has to know her for a while before he makes her a wife. And he has the right to, according to Islam. And then I've reminded you guys about Mercy Johnson. It was the same story. Although that one, there was no polygamy in the equation. But he was a married man. He moved to another woman and left the other one. Till today now, they have moved on with their lives. You cannot sustain a marriage by saying the man must stay with you by force. If the man does not want you anymore, the most disrespectful thing that I would do is trying to grab him by force. I feel like the most disrespectful thing any woman would do for themselves is start fighting the other woman and trying to make sure you hold on to him. The man that does not want you does not want you. You should have enough self-respect, self-worth to move on. Bottom line, at the end of the day, if we are going to be honest, if you look at it according to the standard set by polygamy or the rights of a Muslim man to marry more wives, they have not done anything wrong. The so-called side chick, she was not a side chick, that was courtship. This is it. This is how I say it. This is what it is. So before you make comment or whatever, remember the rights of a man under Islam as an Islamic polygamy or traditional polygamy. Look at that aspect and then come to your conclusion. A woman that is married to a man that has the right to marry more than one wife cannot accuse the man of having an affair, cannot accuse the man of having a side chick, cannot accuse the man of anything like that because he has the right to cut somebody else and marry them. As always, whatever your opinions are, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.